tell you one thing.
She has, look, I'm not going to deny that she doesn't have some kind of experience. Being a woman, I'm sorry, I don't think our country is ready to have a woman lead it.
Well, it's very possible.
Until I'm blue in the face.
That's what they keep saying,
I mean, there are other countries that do have women as leaders, but our country is just not suited or ready for a woman to run it. I mean, we can't even get the right guy to run it. How are we going to have a woman run it?
I don't know.
Well, I would say something, but I know that it's going to come out the wrong way, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for it. But
so say it anyway. I would.
No, I don't want it to sound sexist at all. Believe me, far from
Why?
it.
I just did.
No, but you're a woman. The bottom line is that I saw her walk out on stage yesterday in that frumpy outfit that she was wearing. I mean, you could wear pants and slacks and have jackets, but at least they're fashionable. I don't know who picks out her clothes for her. I really don't.
Well, she's got to have some kind of stylist or...
Someone with poor
fashion.
taste.
The bottom line, look, she's not a bad-looking woman. She's really not. I mean, Bernie wears the same off-the-rack suit all the time. You can't tell me that he shops at Armani, okay? But the bottom line is there are ways to make yourself look fashionable on a limited budget. Now, Hillary doesn't have a limited budget when it comes to clothes, I'm sure, but I have no idea who picks out her clothes for her.
Horrible. Husband dress.
She dresses more conservative, no?
Yeah, but I mean, so she could wear a man-tailored suit. Okay, she doesn't have to wear what she's wearing. It makes her look very matronly.
Maybe that's the look she's going for. I don't think she cares too much about that aspect in look. She cares more about what
she cares about substance.
She's going to say. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And look, most people, I mean, let's face it, everybody cares more about substance and what you look like. But since people are visual, the first thing that attracts you to anybody is what they look like. Okay? And that's it. I mean, many times...
Well, it's human nature. It's human nature for what you just said, that attraction is look. But really what you need to do is look beyond skin. You have to look at the surface. What the person is and what the person says.
You have to look beneath the surface.
Is how you have to
look beneath the surface.
Judge. Right.
That's what you meant to say. And it's true. How many people, men and women, get turned off by somebody's appearance and they say, I'm going to have nothing to do with that person. And you could be missing out and losing out on a very good friend,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, when I meet someone or look, I literally look deep inside the person. I don't look for, my attraction is not looks, all right? Because I'm no beauty. I never thought I was. I never will think I am, okay? But it's persona. It's the individual themselves. I will do for someone before I do for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I will always put someone first and not me. I could have $1 to my name, and yet I will offer it to you before I spend it on myself.
Well, that's your nature.
That's a Jesus lesson. Chad would be proud of you. You realize that? Chad, when Jesus was preaching, and A rich man asked him and said, how can I get into the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus said, I know a woman who gave 1 penny. And the guy said, 1 penny, what's 1 penny? And Jesus said, well, it's all she had.
Mhm.
But you see, when I've
literally given my life up for others. Literally. There are so many people out there that I have. And, I don't regret doing what I've done to people. But in the same token, when I feel that I'm being used, don't even cross me. Don't even come to me.
That sounds like a threat, Mark. What'd you do to her?
Nothing that you didn't do.
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Then I guess you didn't do anything either. Okay. Well, good.
Well, when a female gives me the cold shoulder, I just let her know, well, my mother would tell you that you don't know what you're missing. Good things come in small packages. That's all I have to say.
That is true.
It's funny. I had an assistant principal who we got along very well, got along famously. And she was observing me, and, I came in for my post-observation and everything. And she always loved my lessons. And she would say to me, Mark, because she was like pushing 6 feet. And there I was at 5'4". So, actually she was about 5'10", maybe. And she'd say, it's too bad you're not a little taller, Mark. And I said, what's the matter, Diane? Don't you know good things come in small packages? And she started to laugh,
I used to say that all the time. Good things come in small packages.
And you know what I used to tell my students? I could probably get thrown out of school now if I said it. I used to say so many things that, I would tell my students that my wife played basketball in college. They said, yeah? I said, yeah, I'm 5'4", and she's like 5'10", 5'11". Really? And I said to them, and you know what the best thing about dating a tall woman is? And the guys would say, what?
God.
And I would say, slow dancing. And the guys look at each other like they're so damn stupid in junior high school, And the girls are looking at each other and they're cracking up, That's just my sense of humor.
Mhm.
But I can't do it now. I couldn't do it now.
Junior high school, you'd be fired.
That's what I mean.
I was going to say.
We have a very dear friend who unfortunately has MS, but when I used to tell her stories like that, she would say, Mark, oh God, if you taught out here, you'd be spending all your time with the superintendent. And the sad thing is, well, not the sad thing. The thing in my favor was I was a damn good teacher,
If I may say so myself.
Yes, if I may say. I'm patting myself on the back as we speak, yes.
I see that, yeah.
Self-praise.
If I had a teacher like you, believe me, I would have made sure I'd stay in that class and wish to have you every year.
Well, thank you. And one of my students said to me, she said, Mr. K, when I got into high school, or even in junior high, she said, I cut a lot of, and she was a bright girl. She said, I cut a lot of classes, but I never cut your class, And then one of the other teachers, when she wrote, my thing about Kitty Genovese and the fact that the guy who killed her finally died in prison, a teacher who I happen to respect a lot saying, you're my kind of teacher, Mark, And like I said, my response to one of my students from California was that I always used to tell my students from practically day one, I said, most of you, have a pretty good mind, and you've learned everything you're going to be learning. All I'm going to do is fine-tune what you already know. But you're going to learn lessons about life that you wouldn't learn in any other class. And basically that was it. That's what I tried to impart to them, that they learn that the The sooner they learn that the world doesn't owe them anything, the better off they are.
That's true.
I don't remember who I was talking to. One of my friends, or a couple of my friends that are teachers, they said that the hardest grades to teach is junior high.
That's because in elementary school, they're still very cute. And, kids like to be, K through, let's say, grade 3. They love to be mothered. 4, 5, and 6, they're getting a little older. They get a little testy. But in junior high school, that's when they first discover the opposite sex. Okay? And it's also, when you think about it, grades 7 and 8, or in some schools 7, 8, and 9, they spend very little time in the middle school. Okay? They spend 4 or 5 years in high school. And they're also old enough to decide which classes they want to go to and which classes they're going to cut because they don't like the teacher or the teacher doesn't like them. So they develop friendships. And when the kids get older, if they come back and visit anywhere, they visit either their 1 or 2 high school teachers that they really liked, or they go back to elementary school and they visit their kindergarten or first grade teacher, because those are the teachers that made the greatest impact upon their lives. First time they're away from home and away from mommy. Okay. And teachers, let's face it, a teacher can do, and I used to tell my students this, teachers can do an awful lot to build up your self-esteem or knock you down. It depends how you treat them. You
get what you give.
Yeah, really. And I always try to give my students all the respect they deserved, And I think, again, the Rev will say I'm patting myself on the back like I am, but that's
fine.
That's why I used to say to them that I will give you all the respect you need, but don't cross me,
Right.
But enough about me. This is not my show. This is the Rev's show. And
this is everybody's show.
Well,
the only thing I want to say is just want everybody to continue praying for my wife. She's not doing very well, and we hope everybody keeps her in their prayers and hope for the best.
I say a prayer for her every time I step into church.
Thank you. Anyway, I've got nothing else to say for tonight. You?
No, I think we're pretty much talked out. I'm glad that Ed called, and maybe next time he'll call on the other number so he won't be knocked off. Elisa, listen, I want to tell you and Sammy to have a wonderful time down in Florida.
Thank you.
Take in the sun, relax.
What day are you leaving?
Friday.
I'm leaving Friday.
Okay, great.
Yes, she's making her exodus. That's
all right.
That's the Passover. That's when the Jews left Egypt.
Maybe we should run a show on Thursday.
Oh, I'm not going to be on Friday. That's right.
I think we should run Thursday.
Well, we'll think about it. Yes, I just thought about that myself. Yes.
Maybe we can get...
Yeah, well, Samantha's a little upset with me, but she'll get over it that we're leaving Friday because next Friday is pajama day at school, and also pretzel day, and she's upset because she's going to miss it. And I'm like, what are you upset about? She says, you're leaving for vacation.
Yeah, but
I said, I'd rather be on vacation than go to school.
Yeah, but
after the 2 weeks she just had, she deserves it.
The principal of the school would probably be arrested, though.
For what?
Well, because her excuse is that she sleeps in the nude. If you're supposed to report into school the way you go. It's like those pajama parties in the frat houses in college, Yeah.
Well, they actually had special order pajamas because it's Autism Awareness Month.
Uh-huh.
So they have these pajamas that you can order for autism, and the kids and the teachers are going to be wearing them on Friday.
Oh.
But
his and
I
hers
love
pajamas?
the principal in her school. What?
His and hers pajamas?